Well, when I came to Mount Union, I was asked to grow the department. And I had a couple of different strategies because I had been at a university before where my colleagues and I had grown the department by quite a bit. One of the things I knew I needed to do was go out and recruit, go to high schools, go see a lot of high school theater, meet high school theater teachers. But the other thing I wanted to do was create some kind of professional situation for our students. I knew I could recruit on the strength of that. So when I got here, I noticed there was a castle. I asked, I said, please tell me somebody's thought of doing Shakespeare in front of that. No. My first question was, can Alliance support a professional theater? And immediately it was yes. And then I said, great. Well, let me tell you what I have in mind. A professional theater company that ran rehearsals at the University of Mount Union, and at some point we'd transfer down to the castle. I knew that the Mount Union students would be apprentices or interns, and I always assumed that they would play roles. I never thought that they would just be assigned to tech work, unless it was technical theater that they wanted to do. But I knew it was going to be that. I knew I was going to bring in professionals from as many places as I could find. And that's what we set about doing. And it's been that ever since we started. The things that have grown is we've grown the number of people. We've added equity contracts, which means we've added union actors, which has been nice. We've added numbers of students. And we've really actually increased people's pay, which has been kind of nice as well. And that's how it's grown. This year will be the first year we do 2 weekends. The next hope is that the next point of growth will be that we'll do 2 shows instead of 1 show over 2 weekends. So the next thing will be 2 shows. I see that happening, if not next year, the year after. So the experience of the first time was really magical because it felt like we were all part of something that was going to be fantastic. That very first night rained out, so we had a rain location. Carnation Players graciously invited us to come down. So we got everybody over there and did the thing. I don't think we even had a rehearsal. We just did it. It went great. The second night rained out, and I thought, oh my God, what have I done? I've put a Shakespeare festival outside in Ohio in the summer. I'm starting to see how that could be a problem. Being from Southern California, where it used to never rain, I thought we were fine. Finally, the third night, the clouds parted, and it was gorgeous. And the sunset was perfect. It was as if we timed it perfectly. And the last part of the play, there were lanterns, and the lanterns blew out to kind of create a natural blackout. And I stood back behind the audience. I wasn't in the play, I directed it. And I thought at that moment, this might be the best thing I ever do. The support from the audience has been really remarkable. And I think that part of the reason that we have fared so well is we don't have a lot of Shakespeare professors coming to see the play. We have a couple, but these are by and large not people who are necessarily fans of Shakespeare. They just like to see a good story. And because they're not so snooty with Shakespeare, we get away with a lot of stuff. We can cut the play way down. We can change genders of characters, like if we have more women than men, which we do all the time. We can make Antonio Antonia, and nobody really knows, nobody really cares. And so that's helped us a lot because the people are just interested in seeing a good story. And I think that's what we provide to them. And so we're able to, I think, perform these plays at the quality that they deserve to be performed at, which allows our audience to appreciate them all the more. Whether the students come back as actors, whether they're coming back as stage managers or technical theater, while I love having new ones, and we do bring new ones in every year, it's great to look around the table that first time and see old familiar faces, because Shakespeare at the Castle has its own quirks and things that are unique about that place. And it's good to have a little institutional memory from year to year. Likewise, the professional actors. We always bring in new people, but it's great to have those folks that have been here year after year. It's the tradition of the acting company. And I think that's fun for the audience, and it's great for all of us because we've developed into, frankly, quite a family. I think that you have to find out what keeps you going. For me, it's telling stories. So I like to go out and tell stories. For other people, it's writing. Write. Just write it. And if it's a play, get 4 of your closest friends to read it. And if it's art, make it. There's no reason why your day can't be filled with you doing those things. And I think you can't care if it's good. I don't think you can care if it's going to make money. I just think you have to care that it's work that's your own. Why do this instead of anything else? There are plenty of people in this world who are building bridges. There are plenty of people in this world who are creating computers. There are plenty of people in this world who are figuring out ways to help us live longer. The work that I do is about telling stories so we can remember our past, and telling stories so we can remember that whatever we're feeling, somebody's already felt that and they got through it. And so if they can get through it, then you can get through it. And I feel like that's the why for me. The old stories help us understand that we are not alone in this world. And so that's why we hear the old stories.